break up, don't speak for a couple of weeks. I'll be in his place till he calls and says he's sorry. This situation's on repeat, just like a scratch on a CD. It just gets deeper when you hit rewind. How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, but you're holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left here with you. Say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue? I'm feeling kinda used, yeah, like a drug that you take when you're sick of crying all your tears away. Is that all I am? All I want is for you to be happy. You know this ain't healthy. Do I make you happy? How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, what you holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left here with you. Say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue? I'm doing everything he doesn't do, but I'm still not enough. Even your parents know I'm good for you, but I'm still not enough. You wanna be done with him, you're stuck with him, 'cause you don't have the guts. And after all I've done, I'm still not enough. Still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left here with you. Say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue?
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to the ESL Challenger League, where we're back for some more EU action. And we've got a very exciting matchup for a lot of, shall we say, recent historical reasons. I'm Darth Mike. This is Alan Hender. Alan, how you doing today?
I'm feeling good. I mean, obviously, our first Challenger League cast, actually since the player break even, but first on CS2, at least in this tournament. We did have the qualifiers for Jean Ping the other day, so I feel like we've already bedded into CS2, but we had a bit of a break, more time to reflect, and it's time to go again. And what can be better than a CIS sort of matchup where the CS can be funky on go, but now on CS2, I mean, Jerry is the king of wacky strats, and maybe just today we're going to see a lot of new stuff.
And what better team to break out the wacky strats against than your old org, right? It's the Jerry revenge game here. Jerry had seemed to be married to the Forza org. Just if you're not familiar, our matchup today is going to be Forza versus Perivision. Now, Jerry had been with the Forza org for a very long time, and indeed had previously given interviews where it seemed that he didn't want to shift away from the organization, that he felt an obligation to the team and wanted to stick around. But something changed in the course of the last year, and Jerry has made his way out into the world, wound up with this new Perivision project, and now this is, I think, their first matchup against each other since the split.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that is going to be correct. I think for Jerry, I genuinely believe with Forza, he might have been in a scenario where he needs to take a step back to take a step forward, because he was just in such a tough position in terms of getting out of that contract and onto a bigger team. And even if Perivision can't get up to the level of a Forza, just being maybe in a scenario he can get out easier, maybe prove again he can bring up young talents. We know Jerry can do this, and surely that is the idea of this team. Is it looks a bit like a Forza team, Mike. We've got a mixture of experience and young guns, and aside from the name change, aside from the org change, it's kind of same old from my perspective.
And it is a reunion as well with Jerry and Exapower, which is interesting to see because once upon a time, that had been well combined, back in the days on Forza, but it's been since 2021 that change came through. And I remember at the time there was some sort of an interview. Am I misremembering this, Alan? But I remember there being some words from Jerry about Exapower at the time that weren't exactly the most flattering. So whatever the hatchet is, it's been buried. But you're absolutely right. This is the mix of the experienced players in Jerry and Exapower, and to a lesser extent, Raijin as well, and the young guns in X5 and Belchanok. Meanwhile, on the other side on that Forza camp, that's also a very young team at this point. It feels like everyone in the CIS region has gotten on the same page with bringing up the young talents as we head into CS2.
No, I would have thought that the concern with the Forza team is obviously they always had Jerry. They always had, even though Jerry wasn't that old, an experienced figure that had been around the org for a long time. And you do look at this new Forza team and you say, well, Crad is probably the most experienced, but he doesn't strike. We're not really thinking. I don't really think he's on the team, but he's playing today.
Yeah, we're a little unclear.
We're a little unsure on that one, so I guess the jury's out. But maybe Elian's the most experienced, but he never struck me as a big vocal piece of that Entropic team. And I don't feel like I've seen Elian play for ages. When at the end of 2021, going into 2022, a lot of people looked at him and said, this kid could be a top AWPer in a couple of years, and unfortunately his career hasn't taken that trajectory. So at least Elian's back on a top team, and it'll be very intriguing, especially with CS2, Mike, to see how he performs.
He was playing over with K23, which we didn't see a lot of K23 for a while, which is unusual because they were one of the perennial names in this kind of competition, ECL level. And it just felt like they didn't come across our plates very often in his stint there. So not sure exactly what was going on there, but yeah, no, it is good to see Elian back competing at this level of competition. And he is actually the oldest, most experienced player on the team. So that'll be an interesting one to see. I don't know what this Force is going to look like. And of course, if you've been watching IEM Sydney, you've been enjoying some of the Counter-Strike too. But as we've seen, there's still issues with the game. It still definitely plays differently to go. But some of the things we've seen online in terms of the dramatic way that you can take fights, that you could peek, the insane peeker's advantage right now, they've been a bit mitigated by LAN. You can't just peek everything, but we're online here. So, Alan, W keys locked.
Oh, they always are with these teams and these players. That was going to be a guaranteed anyway. Someone like Raijin loves a good fight. So, now with CS2, I don't expect it to be any different. And I also feel like for both of these teams, particularly Perivision, I see Jerry as someone that as soon as he sees something, I'm not going to call it an exploit, but let's say an unintended feature of the game at the moment. He is going to ram that to the extreme. I'm sure Jerry is going to do a lot of stuff that involves wide peeking and aggressive moves, and this should be right up his wheelhouse. This should be Jerry's time to shine for sure.
Yeah, we call him the mad scientist for a reason. You know, I'm sure Jerry's been in the lab cooking up some treats for us. We got the veto here, so let's talk about it. Coming through from Paravision is the first pick. It's going to be Mirage. Forza is going to take in Nuke, and our decider, should we get to it, is Overpass. So Mirage, Nuke, Overpass. I mean, it's tough to tell for match history. Again, CS2 just plays differently, but what do you think of this map pool here, Adam?
The vertigo going is just Jerry. He never liked it. He never picked into it on Forza, never was in their map pool, so that's no surprise. I guess for Paravision, we just don't have the data really to say where we're at as a team. Mirage, fairly solid standard map. Not a huge surprise, but I do like the Nuke pick from Forza because I think it has to be said that probably for a slightly more aged lineup, I think it helps to go in for a map like Nuke where, as we've seen in some other games, Mike, it is really hard to rotate correctly, hard to make right decisions, and if Paravision aren't on the right page yet, aren't on the same page, there could be some really big gaps to exploit.
There could be. Nuke's also a really interesting map in CS2 right now because it is, of all the maps right now, presents the most opportunities to take advantage of the smoke falling mechanic, right? Where there was a clip that was circulating on Reddit, a way to throw the smoke for the front of Mini so that it falls on the Mini roof and it drops down and just completely curtains off Mini from outside. I've seen a smoke that a friend showed me that is, you throw it on towards the A site and it just covers off Heaven and also the whole right side of backside. There's some interesting things to do. I'm excited for that Nuke game. Mirage, Mirage is Mirage. We'll have some fun with it. But we'll be hopping on into those games in just a flash here, folks. First, a quick break, and then we'll be live in the server.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Don't speak for a couple of weeks. I'll be in his place till he calls and says he's sorry. This situation's on repeat, just like a scratch on a CD. It just gets deeper when you hit rewind. How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, hurt you holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue? I'm feeling kinda used, yeah, like a drug that you take when you're sick of crying all your tears away. Is that all I am? All I want is for you to be happy. You know this ain't healthy. Do I make you happy? How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, what you holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue? I'm doing everything he doesn't do, but I'm still not enough. Even your parents know I'm good for you, but I'm still not enough. You wanna be done with him, you're stuck with him, 'cause you don't have the guts. And after all I've done, I'm still not enough. Still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left hearing you say that you just need someone caring for you.
We're live in the server here for a little Forza Perivision fun. See what we got on the pistol. We got Dooley's out for Result. I was disappointed to see in the HLTV picture that Result has gone away from the crazy hair. Gotta say, Alan, very disappointed. Here comes the waterfall, out on towards A. Straightforward play. Tinier making some noise from under the bow. Good start. Oh, great start now. All right, Tinier, just take everybody down yourself. Why not? On pace for the ace. Could have it as well. Got a duel with Belchanok, and you know he's hungry for it. What better way to start off? But it's not going to happen. Belchanok at least will be able to deny the highlight clip. Still a phenomenal start for one of the players we are least familiar with in the server.
Yeah, and as you're saying, we've never casted him before. He's a name that's pulled out of a bit of a rough diamond, let's say, pulled out of lower level competition. And of course, over the course of today and the tournament, we're going to learn a lot about him as a player. And as first impressions go, Mike, they don't get a lot better than that.
No.
I can already tell you this kid has some skills, that is for sure.
Just a quick note, we weren't quite sure what the roster was going to be, actually. Crowd is in the server. Elian is not.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, you're right. It's
Stinix is here.
Who's AWPing?
I don't know. That's going to be interesting. I will say the AWP may be something that teams have been going away from, especially online in early CS2, just because of how tough it is to hold angles. We saw some players adapt to it, but it certainly has posed a challenge for plenty. But yeah, no, that's interesting. So Force's roster clearly in some degree of upheaval. Unfortunately, we don't have any inside information that I'm aware of as to why that might be happening.
Yeah, we'll try and establish that a little bit over the course of the series, but I think it's very safe to assume, Mike, especially given it's the AWPer that's missing, that this is not the planned lineup. This is more likely to be some sort of scenario where Elian cannot make the game or something of the sorts. unfortunately. They did have Crad on the bench, of course, former player of Forza, but at least wasn't announced as part of this new look lineup. But he is an experienced player. He has played it at the top of the scene, so, you know, as stand-ins go,
yeah,
he shouldn't be too bad. But as we're saying, the only concern is not immediately apparent who's going to be AWPing. Maybe there'll be a lot of 5 rifles for them today.
Still, they're off to the best start you could be. Not a body lost, not a bullet of damage taken in that second round. They keep it very clean against Perry Vision. But now Perry Vision have the guns. With full eco in the last, they didn't have the weaponry to work with. They're chaining flashes out on towards B. Tanier's going to be under pressure. But now he's got reinforcements. Oh, look at the underpass push. The underpass push is going to be huge. This kill has to come through for Jerry. If he drops here, oh, that's big. That's massive. And actually, he's going to back away. X5 has drawn all the focus, but it's cost them so much in terms of bodies. And Extra Power is trying to make some noise here in mid. Needs this kill on the A-site player. With him lost, it's just a 7 HP Jerry. This one's a non-starter.
He's going to get chewed up by a ZNX. Surely. There he goes. I don't necessarily hate the idea. Get players out aggressively on B.
Worked.
Yeah, I mean, especially with CS2 and the power of just peeking and getting aggressive, and you knew there was no AWP in play. Trying to take those fights out of the apartments. I don't really have anything wrong with that. It just sort of felt like, I don't know. I'm not really sure what the overall plan was beyond. It was kind of like, here's the plan, guys. We're gonna pressure B with 2 players aggressively, flashes over the top, and then it's like, well, then what? And it didn't feel like there was a big plan for, like, you know, if they're ready to collapse on A really fast. It was just Crad. It was just Crad. Even if they were man down, maybe they could have pinched him, but a little bit too slow for me, and maybe should have had another stage to that plan beyond just the first engagement.
Yeah, not looking so snappy right now. Little bit concerning. It's still early days, but of course with the swap to MR12 every round has a little bit more impact. So early results are definitely not encouraging if you're a Perry Vision fan.
I wonder if they knew about the roster before the veto as well, you know. Because Mirage, playing this map with a stand-in, especially given all the CS2 changes, this really does feel like best case scenario for Forza. Because you're just going to be so individually comfortable. Put them onto an overpass, maybe? Something like this. Could have been a lot more problems.
I will say as well, one thing we have noticed with Jerry rosters in the past, and I'm not going to give an excuse here because I actually am not sure how long this Perry Vision roster has been together. Let me take a look. 25 days. Okay, so it's not that long. So one thing I will say with Jerry rosters in the past is frequently they take a little while to cook. Result, going to be doing some serious cooking of his own, at least a blemish on the record. Legend somehow a second as well. So at least he prevents the economy from just growing massively out of control, but it's still basically a non-starter here. Forza up 4-0 have been just shutting down Perry Vision at every turn. Extra Power is going to get the op up. That'll be interesting. He has yet to crack onto the board. Now he's got the big green. And we've got none picked up on the Forza side, so as per our previous discussion, it does seem like they might be avoiding the Zoom banger.
Can be difficult T-side AWPing, so we hope there's a plan. XC Power's going to start in towards Palace, and he could really do with some help. Elsa on the map to pull a rotation. Again, we're trying to fight B, and Tina here was very much ready for that one. Same time, Prong comes out on the A ramp. Result, commits in towards Sandwich, as well as ZNX coming over. There's a lot of bodies on this side of the map. Jerry has to win this fight. That is good. Makes it 2. That is beautiful from Jerry. Round is now back on for them.
Damage on the crowd as well. I mean, as much as you could possibly hope out of the captain. X5's doing this slow, but he might actually catch Tanier as a result, and he does so. Big kill now. They've got a player isolated. They should know Krat's here, right? Jerry was dueling with him. So they should have this information. Shelfie knows he needs to win this mid fight if it's going to happen. And they're rotating, actually. Knowing X5 calling that he's pulled the B player off, had to stay alive there. That's the big blunder. If he stays alive, there is no one to defend B. As it is, they're running, they're thunder stomping. Shelfie knows they're coming his way. The Molotov even allows him to stall them out a little bit, allows the rotation to come through. And an extra HE even confirms this. Are they going back? 35 seconds. They're stalling.
Getting enveloped as well. Shalfie could flank. He's just staying top mid at the moment, checking underpass. It is going to be that B-bomb site. Big kill from Raijin. And now a lot of pressure on Crad to turn this one back in their favor.
Bomb's going to be planted. That shouldn't be denied. But, as they hesitate, try and bait out this last peek, they're actually allowing Crad closer. They didn't realize he's this close. Raijin's ready for it. 2 big kills. All right, so that's individual play, bailing out Perry Vision, right? Jerry gets the double entry on towards A. Raijin gets the 2 kills over towards B to close the round. But, again, kind of a weird round when we're looking at the macro of what Perry Vision's actually trying to accomplish. They hit B and A simultaneously, almost. Neither one goes that well. And then it's just a late round 2v2. I mean, that was weird, Alan.
Didn't go too well until Jerry rips 2 heads. I quite liked the mid-rounding, actually, when it went 2v2, or was it 3v2, and they go back to B. They gambled on the certainty because they knew one player was A, and you have to do that. Because you could have been committing into 2 players, and you knew it could only be one maximum on B. So that was the right decision. It was a bit clunky, though, and actually, on this default from Perry Vision, there's nobody in towards apartment. Shalfie is up close and clearing. Leaves ZNX playing up on the chest of drawers and take a wide angle. I love this setup from Forza, and as you can see on the minimap, it allows them to lean really heavily elsewhere, 4 towards the A side of the map.
That's a big kill from Tanir. ZNX gets a kill in towards the apartments as well, off the long angle on the AWP. Shalfie puts his teammates down with an HE. All right, that's less good. Shalfie, what are you doing? That was in the window too. I guess he was trying to pop the smoke. Maybe didn't realize how low Tanir was. Gives a chance back over for Perry Vision. But catching X5, just slow looking out of the palace is going to work just fine. Speaking of apartments, ZNX is under pressure. Be good for it. And exit power just gets the plant off. Did he get any kills here? Trying to no-scope. Burning. Out in the open. And he's done for. That would have been a flawless round if they didn't aid their teammate.
Yeah, it's looking pretty flawless for Forza so far. They're being dynamic. A big change up this round with the apartments aggression. And as I was saying, leaning over towards A. They had a flash over mid. And I think it was Tanir that peeked window and got a nice kill off that too. Very dynamic play. And for the moment, Perry Vision are getting blindsided. Had Jerry not hit 2 absolute zingers of a headshot on that A bomb site a couple rounds ago, this would be 6-0. Money is dwindling a little bit for Forza, but they got so many rounds, I don't think they need to panic. And, you know, we talk a lot about Jerry and how he can be a bit of a crazy mastermind, have all these ideas. I need to see a few more, Jerry, or you're not going to get enough rounds.
It feels like maybe they're trying to do a little too much at times. I don't know. This just has not been hitting yet. One thing I'm really impressed with on the Forza side, they're moving Tanir around a lot. Again, he's a player we were less familiar with, but remember, in the pistol round where he gets his 4K, he's under the balcony. He's been playing B anchor in a lot of rounds. He's been peeking window last round, right? They're just shifting him all over. That's a decision. A great one from the op. But the swing back out, Result's going to make it A-OK. Shalfie kills the bench player. Result immediately swings off the flashbang. So talk about making up for it.
Settling now.
Forza.
Yeah, very slow now. Crad is going to commit sandwich, which scares me a little bit. There might be a fight in window in a second. As a result, backs out. Forza's choosing to stay 2 on B. Bait setup towards the apartments. That's going to leave somewhere exposed, and it feels like it's going to be mid as a result comes back over to help his teammates. So, if Perry Vision can commit before any B information is taken, it's not so bad, you know. These 2A players, it might be hard for them to work off each other, and if Crad's spotted as well into a sandwich, you can get stuck real fast.
It was a bold commit, especially with Crad playing here in sandwich, but they might not expect him in the position as a result, but he doesn't expect the second on. Oh, it's all misinformation around the map, and with the kill through mid, Raijin now controls so much of the rotation. Bomb's going to be down, and Jerry Just hits a blinder of a shot. Why not? To get Perry Vision on the board for this second.
Only hitting headshots since Jerry. Wow, yeah, I think you saw with the let's say the static nature of Forza's setup. Remember that, as we're saying, we really don't think this is their standard lineup, and especially if it's Crad coming in to stand in for them. Maybe it's not a surprise that Crad and his teammate there on A weren't on the same page. Playing into a sandwich, it's so hard to pivot and move, and the player CT is peeking wide and dies and leave Crad out to dry. It's not looking great in that round. At least they got a buffer to play with. But a lifeline, I guess, for Parry Vision is what we're looking at here, isn't it? Because the money is bad for Forza. They're not on a great deal of loss bonus. They'll have to eco, surely, if they lose this round without an absolute heaping load of saves. So focus up, Jerry. This is your chance.
It is indeed. They take the time out to make sure they're on the same page about this. Extra Power hasn't been able to get activated yet, and they've been prioritizing the op for him. I mean, they bought it, I think, twice now. That round, Jerry just saves it through. But if you're going to make the op a focal point, as we've seen some teams shift away from, you got to show us why.
Super aggressive. We're going to get some flashes for these guys to peek. Result's going to back off, and they give it up. A is hit by Parry Vision in response. There's so many players here. ZNX assassinates on the 5-7, and nobody else is nearby. And look at this, Mike. They're running all over the place in T-Spawn. What's the plan, lads? We're all over the place.
This feels like another situation where they're not on the same page, right? Why Raijin's all the way out in towards Tetris, and he's setting up utility when he gets peaked. There's no one with him. So next, that's not bad, right? Because he's getting information, just had a pistol on it, probably trying to reclaim a gun as well. Bit of a risk, but not a catastrophe by any measure. And I believe he will have spotted the bomb as well. So they're going to know some focus is on. Belchinok, this is huge. This engagement, doesn't have the timing. Shalfie just walks out, shoots him in the back. So advantage once again for Forza. And the slow creep out A ramp. There's no explosion to this. Can't say I love it, but that kill might make all the difference. Crowd burden, no smoke for him. Goodbye, Crad. Tanir, can you take advantage of your teammate dying? Oh, no! Couldn't finish his food! Result does with the HE, but now a 1v2, 20 seconds time might be the biggest threat. They have to cross, but there we go. There's the impact from the AWP.
Is it just me, or does it feel like Parry Vision's getting away with murder in some of these rounds?
Yes.
I think Forza should have won that every day of the week after the early advantage. We didn't quite catch ZNX's side of that duel in towards ramp, but I'm not sure XE Power should have been presented with an opportunity. I think Forza could have done better, but Parry Vision by hook or crook are making this work, aren't they? They're back in this game. They've broken the money. It's not clean. It's not beautiful Counter-Strike, but it's kind of working. You got to give them some credit for that.
It's somehow working. I can't say I understand.
You can't give them the credit.
I don't know that I'm going to give them the credit. Individually, I'll give them some credit. But I do think this is not, generally speaking, what we expect. Still, there's no one on B. They're postured for a B setup, provided they don't spook themselves with ghosts. This will be a 4th round on for Parry Vision. And frankly, you know, you get 4 or 5 rounds. That's fine. Especially considering the start. This is A-okay for Parry Vision. So they will indeed commit in towards an empty site. Favorite kind of site. Get some nice dry run utility practice. Bomb goes down. And Jerry gets on the hunt to see if he can make some money with that SMG.
It is fun, isn't it, that Jerry's playing his old team, of course. It's not just that Jerry played for Forza, it's that Jerry built probably 3, maybe 4 lineups from scratch or at least significant changes. There's a lot of questions here of what does Forza look like without Jerry. I mean, there is an asterisk today where their lineup is a bit funky, but it's going to be very interesting over this game, over the course of Challenger League, to see how that plays out. And a nice 2-piece for Mr. XE Power.
We love a collat. Way to make an eco look cool. I mean, Jerry was on that team for 6 years almost, Alan.
That's an eternity in esports careers. And isn't he 20? Is he 25 now?
25. He joined the team in 19. He's 25 now. He's been on that team basically
crazy,
for his entire career. He spent his HLTV listed teams. He spent May 2017 to August 2017 on Spartak. So that's what, 5 months, 4 months? I'm bad at counting. And from there on, September 2017 to July 2023, he was a member of Forza. He was, as much as anything, the identity of that team. Belchnock 1-for-1 exchange. Shelfie, I don't know about getting aggressive here. If you get caught, this is big trouble for your team, but does he get away? Whoa, just barely. Very fortunate there. The nade might chase, and indeed it does. Problems on for Forza now. Down a man. They have not done well in these situations. Rezalt going to try and make the hero play, but there's a player waiting right under the wings of this window. Perry Vision have the big early advantage.
I like the call, actually, just to freeze. They don't have a lot of information on where players are elsewhere. Raijin is going to at least hold somebody in mid, surely. And as we can see, as long as you're holding results, it means that Tanir here is alone. There is a smoke down, but Jerry's going to disregard that. He is straight through, and the Belarusian, you have picked the worst possible time, brother, to come off the site. Oh, you're lucky to be alive. There he goes. That was a masterclass in mid-rounding from Jerry.
We do love the Jerry. You know, he made us doubt a little bit in the early game. We've come back around.
Wow.
Never down the mad scientist. That's just a nice shot. Make it look cool. You love when a player is just so confident in the headshot they don't even go for the spray.
We call it the donk effect.
The donk effect. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
It's where you just know you've killed them before you even take the gunfight. You know you got them. Every single time. I tell you what, this CT half has kind of fallen apart from Forza. As we're saying, there were some, what I'm going to describe as funky approaches.
Was that mid-air?
That was mid-air as well. Even better. I love it from Jerry, but my point
Jerry's
is that...
fight like he got a MAC-10.
My point is that Forza's let a couple big advantages slip.
Yeah.
They really struggled in that round, plus a couple others on the guns. They were in prime position with massive economic control earlier in this game, and that has been ceded.
And it did feel like, you know, in the beginning of this game, we were sort of looking at some of the things that Perivision were doing and wondering why. But now seeing how static Forza are to react to things, how much the positions are being manipulated, it's almost like those first few rounds, it was the fact-finding mission, right? It was the probe. It was, all right, let's see how they're going to respond. Now, last few, they've been a good field. That's a nice nade. Painful. Not expecting much out of this round. Forza could desperately use it to get back on track.
I think Raijin excites me on this team more than anybody else. Oh, of course, Jerry's fun, especially in the interviews if we ever get that out of him. But Raijin, for me, was an up-and-coming player on his various former lineups. Maybe didn't get the opportunity to get into a top team of the region or the country. I certainly think he has the mechanics to be on one of those teams. So now under Jerry, definitely an experienced figure who has brought players like Flit into world-class form and onto major winning teams. Could be a great sort of proving ground, breeding ground, learning place for Raijin.
Could indeed. And I mean, he and X5 were playing over on that K23 roster. X5's had his flashes as well as a player. To sort of tease us, get us excited. Crad, that's ridiculous, Crad! What are you doing? With just a deagle, his feet of flame in the Molotov. He may have just turned this round on its head. Jerry's gonna get the bomb planted. X5's gotta keep him safe. That smoke, just enough cover to extinguish the molly. Still though, X5 getting in towards CT. This is a strong position. Jerry committing sandwich. If they clear this, he's in trouble. He needs X5 to make sure they don't go top stairs on top of him. But X5, you can tell, is a little bit panicked about CT. There are no kits, so time is their friend. But here comes the retake. Here comes the salvo. Now they know Jerry's here. He's not long for this world. And indeed, there's plenty of time for that defuse. What on earth was that from Crad? He's found them around where there should have been nothing.
Tinir 2 hit an absolute ripper as the players are coming out of Palace and Ramp. Wow. Astonishing group of frags. Parry Vision couldn't get a lot done in the 2-on-4. I'd like to see them get more aggressive, but the round was already so far gone at that point. I've only seen Tinier play 11 rounds of Counter-Strike in my life, and I'm already impressed. He can hit some shots, this kid. I love it. Another young, up-and-coming talent of that region. Seems to just produce them like kind of sprouts in the ground. They're all over the place.
22, so he's not actually as young as some of the other prospects. Big kill for Krad, blinded up, but the trade is good. Still Jerry lost, and again, we're getting this sort of double probe action going on, but X5, he's good on it. Problem is the bomb's nowhere nearby. And now Belchanok has a choice to make. Because we've got these players isolated. Ooh! Freebie. X5 maybe getting a little too creative there. And meanwhile, Belchanok's still headed this direction. So what are they going to do? They're full splitting in the 2-on-2. And Zinex is going to be good to catch that. But he's now peeled off the site. This is interesting. Chance for a bomb plant here for Belchanok. You can see the paranoia. How could you possibly expect them to have just given this up?
He's going for the round win. You could probably gamble on a plant pretty safe right now. Okay, he's going back for it. Forza are on the wrong site, but I kind of like it, Mike. I kind of like they did what Parry Vision didn't and trying to play together. And as long as there's a good buddy system, this can be really hard for Belchanok to win this.
Oh, he's going to commit this shelf as well. Element of surprise is everything here. They're out. He gets the first, but the second is there. And of course, it's the last round. So guns don't matter. It's going to be a 7-5, a recovery for Forza to send us to the break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
back for the second half here. 2-round lead for Forza. I mean, still pretty good recovery for Perry Vision, all things considered, but letting it slip there at the end, Alan, means we still got the Forza lead.
Be nice to get this half off to a good start. X5 have boosted. Raijin's going to hold a flash for him. It's be a very dangerous combination. Should Forza come out of those B apartments. But look how slow this default is from the T side. I guess they're just probing for information before making a decision. They're clearly primed more or less to hit B in the end, but just letting this mid lurk happen, letting Result here poke out at A. He actually wins that duel before Jerry can come to help. That is a little bit of an oversight, and now that B bomb comes into play.
Ooh, Shalfie with a big one. Reminder, this is Kinnear now, still alive. He's the one who got the 4-piece in the first pistol. Only one here, and Raijin, swift response. All in Shalfie now, has an isolated fight for the moment, but Jerry is fast coming in to help his comrade, and so Raijin is just trying to stall. Allow his captain to get into the fun. They know they have the bomb, so know the action's coming their way. Shalfie, it's a pinch and a pull and a pick your poison, but patience on the taps. It's a Shalfie gets a chance to make this happen. 35 seconds. Oh, the bomb's even up top. I didn't realize that's even worse. Shalfie knows if he tries to make that jump, he's just about a dead man. But he has to do it. Gonna have to brave it. And indeed, Raijin will capitalize. That's just such an unfortunate fight to be forced into. But it's a pistol round much needed for Perry Vision.
Massive from Raijin. Round at times looked pretty bad for Perry Vision as those lurks were doing damage, were bisecting the map, were making it difficult to have the foresight to retain numbers on B as the defensive side, but Raijin kind of bails them out. Well played as well on the one-on-one. To know the whereabouts. And without a plant, Forza are not going to invest. Very heavy eco for them. And it's the matchmaking strat. 1 palace, 4 elsewhere. Try and pull some attention and get that bomb down when Perry Vision least expects it. How long are we going to sit here? Let's have a party down in Underpass.
Whole round. I'll say they move off this with 45 seconds left on the clock.
Are they kind of hoping that... Yeah, I think they're just sort of hoping that someone swings them, don't they?
100%. I don't mind it with Glocks. Just commit to the weird angle. Leave them long enough. They'll get antsy.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, though, is it? There's nobody in connectors. Only if Belshonok jumps out a window. Which wouldn't be advised.
Come on, guys. No, shifting off 10 seconds too early. My prediction is wrong. They are going forward with it. Now they're making noise. They're trying to catch maybe somebody off guard. Not going to work out. Belchanok, got to be careful. Getting dinked. There's at least a blemish on the perfect record. This is getting way more expensive than it should be. Result, time is of the issue, and the bomb's all the way under the balcony, so you better cover some ground here. But he doesn't want the round win. He wants the kills. He will get neither.
Still a result for Forza, isn't it? 3 kills. Granted, Xe Power was saving. Old school style, he just played on a USP. But it doesn't change the fact that after this investment from Perry Vision, there is not going to be a lot of funds left in the bank. 3 players with basically nothing. Jerry should have go even lower. Now he's got full nades. Very important round. Big opportunity for Forza to break this cash early and start to really streak ahead. And there aren't that many rounds left in these games, being MR12. Let's see what the call is. 4 towards the B side at the start. It's just Shalfie in towards mid. Crad is going to clear under a little bit. But surely a B pop is to come. And I tell you what, Perry Vision right now are leading the wrong way. It is just X5 on the B side of the map.
Oh, huge find as well. Raijin, who's been one of the strongest performances, deleted, and he's in towards mid, so now the rotation's going to be difficult, but Jerry's trying to take matters into his own hands.
Why are players still on A when Jerry's here?
Why is the bomb rotating back? What is happening now? Uh-oh. Jerry's going to be the fly in the ointment. He's got the timing. Knife out. That's the bomb dropped. Uh-oh. Catastrophe. This next duel's everything. Jerry is going to win it. And now he's got full control, full action, and an upgrade to an AK as well. And the flash from Tinier barely even helps. Jerry's past it. He's done it all himself, Alan. He's done it all himself. Don't know why no one's rotated in to help him at this point. He may have to continue doing it all himself, but now Perry Vision start to get active.
Okay, so now there's a smoke into the apartments. Belshnik is holding his mid. There is not a lot of directions Forza can come from, and both are covered. Even if Crad can win this duel and he can't, it's going to be difficult. And this round has fallen apart. It looks so good for Forza. Got that kill in mid. Parry Vision were already gambling the wrong way with one player on B. They had a 4-on-1 on B if they had just committed. And Jerry, you said it, big fly in that ointment, and he's ruined it.
Crazy play from Jerry. I mean, just knowing that you're in a tough position, that you need to make the move, feeling the lack of presence out the ramp, it's massive. And Rezel's just trying to stay alive. Oof,
it's still a bit of what it's still a bit of what we saw earlier, because I actually believe that after Jerry started flanking, I didn't like how the CTs were set up. I didn't like that they weren't moving. Jerry had so much information, but Jerry just gets so much done. He just completely changes the round. If he gets traded, I'm not sure they're in that good of a position, Parry Vision, actually, to still win the round. Jerry saved them again, and he did that on that round in the first half, so he's doing more than his fair share of individual work at the moment.
Flash, here comes the burst on in. Here comes the massacre. Shut down right now from Perry Vision very nicely. And yeah, this is just completely stymied. Nothing doing on the B push. Zenex has the bomb at least. But that's about all you can say. And if he's coming towards mid, Raijin will meet him, and Raijin will deal out the damage. So all five stay alive here. The cash can start to swell for Perry Vision. And now with a 2-round lead, with no bomb plant in that, things are starting to look a little dire for Forza.
Was it 5-0 this match as well to boot? It was definitely a big lead early on for Forza. This map, which early on looked so good for them, is starting to crumble. The cracks are showing big time at the moment. And as you mentioned, a bit of money in the bank too for Parry Vision. Here we go again. Back on the buy. Xe Power. Not had the best game so far, let's be honest. But still time for him to get engaged. Mid-fight, off catwalk from Parry Vision. They leave B open for a second. Xe Power is going to pick that up. And we're seeing a pretty dynamic CT side from Parry Vision. And Raijin considers even more aggression. Just post up for now.
Shelfie's going to test this setup. He's got a decent read off of the HE. You can tell he's aware that something is up top mid. But it's still going to make this a tough fight. Here they go, around on the edge of the smoke. Raijin's ready for it, and they get the kill underpass as well. So, good setup, good hold for Perry Vision, and now they can respawn. Now they can rotate back in to support the A defense. Once again, Jerry might have to put in some serious work, and committed to the ninja spot. That one gets checked. Result aware of those cheeky plays, so the bomb's gonna go down, and you get a chance here. That nade enables a fight. Result's so low, and he's gone. And Tanier next to follow. Yes, indeed. No safe haven, not enough cover to keep him from those bullets.
At least they got the bomb plant. That's the silver lining, but still going pretty well for Parry Vision. I was nervous for them actually with the mid setup, because as we've seen in other matches on CS2, the sort of angle Raijin was playing is no longer nearly as strong. Just static, sat waiting. But Shelfie gave up the game with a nade. That made it all the more difficult. It is another buy with the bomb plant. But Forza need to change something. The money is swelling on a couple of these CT players too. What is the call this round? Solo mid. That is going to be Shelfie. Lining up some A smokes. I guess we're just going to explode out of ramp and see if we can get done. Ramp aggression from Jerry. He's actually on his own a little bit, so important fight to come. If Crad can win this, suddenly this site becomes open. Spacing isn't great, and Jerry gets 2. That should not be possible. What is going on? He should not be able to get free there any day of the week.
He finally goes down, but yeah, once again, Jerry just finding far too much for the T side to bear. And it does seem like Vision are going to be content to play retake on this. Bomb will likely go down, certainly. They're waiting for Raijin to get in position, but I'd almost like to see X5 get a little more active here, considering he doesn't deny or delay the bomb plant at all. Power will spot the player getting around, but there's the peek, there's the check. Result knew there was another shoe to drop. Now it's all about Shelfie. 1v2, time on his side. They've got so much utility though, Alan. They could just smoke him off, they can molly him out. Whatever they want to do. There's the molly, there's the tick, there's confirmation that he's here. A flashbang on the puck, but X5 doesn't go for it. Now the tap's going to be on. It's just going to have to be the spray for Shelfie, but he's not on target. He's not on the mark, and they've got the defuse off.
Oof. I guess they did okay to get the bomb down, but it all harkens back to the Jerry moment. I just don't... The spacing wasn't good at all, was it? Jerry should have been traded. That is not a strong position in CS2. If you're on your own without somebody baiting you, and it just is not good anymore. It's hard to play them. And Jerry should have been traded. To get the third was egregious. Should never have had that opportunity. So I'm not surprised it's a pause for Forza. They need to talk and have a discussion. Granted, there might be an asterisk against the roster. We might have a standing situation, but I don't know. Some of these guys know better. Shalfie, Crad, Result. These guys have all played at a top 30, top 20 level. And they need to clean up some of these errors, or I'm not sure this series is going to be terribly long, to be honest.
It's not looking great for them.
It's 11-2 the last 20 minutes. Not going great.
Astounding. Yeah. When you put in that context, it is somewhat astounding.
Flawless on the defense as well, isn't it? From Vision, it's 7-5, I think.
It has indeed been.
Yeah, that is...
I've not dropped around
that's
in the last
starting to get
6.
scary. Very scary.
I mean, you can tell in their money, right? They're going to buy in the tank after this one. Last round got a little more expensive, so they're not exactly sitting on a mountain of money. But call it a hill.
Look at
So
the
they haven't
information.
pushed
Look at
back.
the information from Vision. 4 on A with that abs push. This is perfect.
There's a bit of aggression in this one. It's going to be contact now. Here's going to come when the smokes fade. Belchenot gets the first. That's a big kill early on. But Jerry's lost. Op strikes. They know the players are coming out ramp. It's all about shutting down Shelfie here on this connector push. He's out in the jungle. That's a big kill. Could open things up. But Exapower is continuing to exact a heavy toll. And now his teammates can get activated. Raijin down. So it's X5. And it's X-Power. It's the X-Factors. And the spray, not effective. Nade might do damage. Does indeed, but it just doesn't matter in sum total. And look at this. Shelfie's getting active. With this connector space, there's no way they're going to clear this. There's no world. X5 is even aware that it could have happened. That just running out of time is the problem. And he is, in fact, going to clear it. That's big, but Shelfie's still ready for the fight. Ready for the duel. Power is going to hit his, but I don't think he has time for this. I don't think he's got a chance. Time running out on the clock. Attempt at the no-scope, not going to land. And it will be Crad to at least put Forza on the board in this second half.
That was all Shelfie. All Shelfie. Vision had the info. They were winning the macro game when that XQ came in. Power was hitting good shots as well from CT. That could have been dire. And Shelfie saves them. Shelfie saves them with all the aggression, all the fight in and around connector. And they needed some individual heroics because as a team, the cracks have been there throughout since that early lead for Forza. Pause in then. Vision, quick discussion. I guess it's because they know their money's in a bit of a precarious position, so they need to make the most of this gun round. Raijin, do you have a rifle? I'm not sure he does. Yeah, 5.7's out for him. So he's going to sack himself a little bit. Util is okay. At least there's smokes pretty much across the board. But not all the bells and whistles. So a little bit limited at parry vision. And I wonder if in their discussion coming into this round, we're going to see another dynamic opening. We've seen some mid aggression. We've seen them leaning off B aggression. Not so much A aggression yet. But it has been a very proactive CT side so far.
Well, there was the round where Jerry just walks ramp. A little bit of A aggression. I could see another dynamic Jerry round. Not looking like it early on, though. In fact, based on the util, they're anticipating it could be a fast B play. Players have shifted in response, and is Extra Power really just going to peek this? Oh, he's really just going to peek this, and he is going to be punished for it. They were very ready for that. Just a dry peek top mid. Don't know that that was necessarily the solution. But they have risked it. Belchnok's gone underpass, realized that no one's here, so it should allow the shift off on B, as Belchnok continues to find it nobody. So there will at least be numbers on the A site ready to receive this hit, and a flank could be developing. Once again, Perry Vision's getting creative, getting aggressive here, and finding all the information before Forza can act.
If they can just hold on for 5 seconds, this flank is ruinous.
The molly's huge. There's no more smoke. They get the first kill. Jerry's trying to hang on. Belchnok needs to accelerate, and they know that, but it's Jerry under pressure. He's burning. He's dead. Utility advantage playing out, and unfortunately, the 5-7 is just not going to be able to stall, but they're slow into this. Oh, no. Oh, they've slowed up at the wrong moment. An extra smoke goes down. Krad's watching this, and that's the big play. Krad knows. They're waiting for something. They were trying to stall us. There's some sort of a play going on here. And he puts the pieces together. And the final kill as well. That's what having a player like Krad on your roster, even if he's just a stand-in, gives you. It's just repetition to say, why are they holding us this way? It's got to be a flank developing.
It was very well played by Forza. That could have turned south so fast, especially with that molly going down on ramp. Whoever mollied under balcony, lifesaver. If Jerry just stays alive there and is, even if he doesn't get another kill, if he just stays alive and makes it difficult, that round could look very different. But Forza have done it. They stayed alive. They forced this money extremely low for parry vision. And a very heavy eco now, so this roller coaster of a map is set to continue. Forza need to keep their heads, keep this clean. Given the way the bomb is posturing for a B split at the moment. Okay, it's actually going back into connector now. Well, hopefully they don't run into all these players. That could get a little bit dicey.
It's just so unusual, right, to see this? It's like
I love
they
it.
have a little caravan going, a little
Conga line.
It's like, we'll talk about it in a second, because they have gained the first rifle.
Given their money, that's already a result.
It's not bad for sure. Well, no, results on the Forza side.
Wow.
ESL show right now. So there's a couple of schools in my neighborhood, right? And when they're taking the like elementary school kids, like the little kids, like, you know, first, second grade or third kindergartners or whatever, when they're taking them out to like the park or whatever for outside time, they walk them along in a little line, and they all have like a hand on a rope or something like that, so they don't get lost. That's what that reminded me of.
Is that Jerry and all his teams in recent times?
Yeah, really. He's okay, kids, don't wander off now. No, Timmy, don't lick the telephone pole.
Somehow Flick got away.
It's very cute when I walk by with Noodle, my dog, because they all just wave to him.
Oh my lord,
It's adorable.
That is the most adorable thing ever. I'm not sure that conga line was quite as adorable, especially when the lead started flying. But I see the parallels. I see what you're getting at.
Little more deadly. Getting a double push out catwalk. Oh, it's a bricks booster.
Forza has ran. Sorry, I'm calling them Forza because Jerry's on this team. Parry Vision have ran a different setup every round. Look at the palace aggression now.
That's true. It's true. Jerry's taking the space, and again, it's Jerry feeling it out. And bombs in spawn. So you talk about aggression that could wind up paying out. It's an awkward fight for Raijin. Splits the difference. Tons of damage on both, but neither a kill. Still, we'll see if that damage winds up coming back to benefit them in the late round.
I'm surprised Jerry hasn't gone. It was a lot of info on players in mid. Or at least leave Jerry maybe, and Exi Power comes off. It's pretty static elsewhere. Oh, Jerry, please. Yeah, he needs good timing here. He really needs good timing.
Oh, he's backing out of it. The bomb's coming in, though. If Jerry just gets this first kill, now they're grouping up. Now they've Glock spammed? What's that about? Nice clear on the first. The bomb's here, though, but Tanir. Jerry was never expecting a second player to come in late. And now they are completely out of position to do anything about this site. Alan, I just have one question, because this should turn into a save. What was that Glock spam about?
I don't know. Was he shooting
to mark a spot for a teammate?
I was thinking it could have been for a smoke liner, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it was off for the ticket smoke, which is the only one I know where you line it up that way.
Why is... Guys, just save.
Crad's about to get a knife. Knife him, Crad. Could have been fun. Could have had fun. As it is, now they will do the worst of both worlds. Not really a retake, not really a save. And Exit Power is not going to get away with this one, most likely.
Yeah, that was a lack of discipline at the end. They should have just saved in the free-man save it, and Belchonic could have bought himself again. It could have been a 4-rifle buy. It wouldn't have been too bad. Jerry on a MP9 or something of the sort.
The wheels are coming off late here. They don't want to play for overtime. They're investing a little more heavily than one would expect.
Brazil's having a great game. It's a bit of a sleeper one because if you think back, who's had the big moments? It's been Jerry, it's been Tinir, Crad, of course, with the Deagle. Highlight here on this A-bomb site earlier on. But as a result, is putting in the work. He's putting in the legwork. He's going that extra mile at the moment. And what have we got? Half buy from Parry Vision.
They're over the smoke.
I can't believe Forza are about to retake the lead after having no rounds a few minutes ago on this T side.
It is really wild. Oh, X5, though, gets a kill with the 5-7. That's aggressive. Now he's going to be able to get an upgrade, presumably, and back away. That locks down the apartments. Talk about a good start to this. Shelfie still pressuring in towards B, and they will have heard this. But it's just Shelfie for the moment. An isolated fight, not ideal, unless you win it. Which he does. Goodbye, extra power. Now they're starting to take in towards the A site, clearing out the presence. Jerry very much does not have the gun for this fight. Oh, Belchanok, knife out. Was not expecting Shelfie to be sticking around. And this one's over. Raijin desperately needs to save this gun, but he's made footsteps. They know where he is, and they have zero interest in letting him hang on to this. There's already a player of Catwalk, and he's going to know it. Oh, they're going apps, actually. Bad spot for Parry Vision. Can Raijin win this fight? Keep hold of the gun. Yes, he can.
Looks like he'll stay alive. And they need it because I'm not sure Belchonic has the money. Really going into the following. See if Result can get there just in time. I don't think so. Flash, and he does actually get there last second. Rifle on the ground. There is enough loss bonus to be fair, but that would have been nice. And yet again,
nice.
Another kick in the teeth. That was so aggressive from Shalfie, by the way, because X5, he's the one that pushes the apartment. He gets a rifle. It's the one rifle you know the location of, and Shalfie just wide swung short. So confident in his own ability to take a duel. And he wins it, to give him credit. He did win those aggressive fights, so Shalfie taking it upon himself in a couple of these T-side rounds we've seen so far to turn the tide, even when the team game might be a little bit fractured, let's say.
Talk about Result again having a sleeper. He had 3 in that last one. Turning it into a very good game for him. And let's see if they can seal the deal here. This would be such a bitter loss if you're Parry Vision. But they're playing for overtime now. A lot of presence in mid. You've seen it. Can you stop it? Boost up in the window. Potential duel on with Belchanok. look at how much focus is here. There's 4 players for either side looking in. Very Vision for a moment looked like they want to set up the late bricks, but that Molotov stops that. And here come a couple huge kills. Belchenok staying alive. Raijin now chiming in. This is looking like OT. 50 seconds on the clock. 2-on-3, never mind all the hero play. Zinex, what's he got for us? He's got nothing. We're going for more. We're going to overtime.
What a back and forth map of Counter-Strike that was. So streaky, that felt like. Forza at the start, Parry Vision in the middle, Forza again, and then Parry Vision closes out for overtime. Straight into this one, of course. No mucking about in 2023 with overtime. Guns galore. No saving from here. And what is the move, Parry Vision? It's almost a little bit hard to call that CT side when you showed so many different looks. It's hard to know where the consistency came from earlier on. What is the move then from the CT side? 3 towards B it's going to be. Maybe set up that AWP again. Where is Power playing? He is towards B, yeah. Aggressively in apartments. We saw this right at the start of the first half. And Shelfie's got a 2-piece for his teammate. What's going on?
Well, he got the 1-piece. I suppose it's a 2-piece. And he put the highest performer down as well. At that, here's another trade. I guess the first one's technically a trade. It's just a trade.
What a bizarre start to the round.
So call that a unilateral trade deal. You command that the action happens. I'm taking a moment, my brain, just to comprehend what
I thought he got
seen.
2 kills, and then mid-sentence, I realized he'd killed his teammate. It's like, what?
It's not how you expect that early round to go. Oh, goodbye, Tanir. It's looking bad for Forza now. And exit power, he is going to be pressured, but the bomb got left up top, so Shelfie needing to reposition, going to allow the time for Parry Vision to get into the angles. Very hesitant to go for this. Can understand it, because the bomb plant doesn't really matter. The only thing that does matter is the round. Gotta say, been seeing a lot more of the AUG in CS2, so I picked it up myself, Alan, in my games. And yeah, I get it. It's really good.
Yeah, it's good for those little taps through the smoke, and then you can sort of see a little bit like a porthole, isn't it? And keep tapping away.
It's also weirdly, and this is my experience as a player who is bad at the game, the slightly slower fire rate actually feels pretty manageable with CS2 spraying right now, and like the wide swinging. Doesn't feel bad.
Well, we've seen a lot of pros use it, so it's slowly getting adopted very fast. Ooh, we've got under aggression. Look at this. Belchenok top spawn, gets out, sees nobody. Shelfie's not actually in apartments. He's all the way out in towards T spawn. Now they're fighting in towards mid. There is a player second Delpan in Crad. Power gets 1 aggressive in Palace. There's so much going on this defensive side. If I can barely keep track of it, there's no way Forza can.
Raijin. Raijin. Crad's trying to play his hand out. This is ambitious. Crad, what do you do with this now?
He's just going to peek, I guess.
You can't let him go.
Yeah, but if he peeks, surely nobody's looking this way. If Raijin's there, nobody is holding this side of mid.
How long do you let this go? Now he's going to get creative. Ooh, he spotted the second. He knows he's got both. There you go, Crad. Playing that one out. Absolute masterclass of patience there. They are picking the heavy sight, so to speak, but Crad has just made it not thus. Krat's doing it all himself. Why not? Trade onto Jerry. Not even needed. It's just the first kill, and this one's over and done with. Commanding round, I want to say for Forza, but let's be real. For Crad.
Massive. And all off the back of one. It could have been a sloppy clear. It could have been fully neglected. Nobody looking into a second Delpan. And Parry Vision moving around so much that I guess it opens the window more so for that sort of mistake, because they're just all over the place. There's so much happening.
You call that second Delpan? It's not just Delpan.
You know, Delpan's the by connector.
Okay, I call that close one chair and the far one Delpan.
Welcome to Europe.
Welcome to Europe. These dang Brits with their funky calls. Oh, CNX. Gonna grab a nice opener here. Taking down Exit Power, who, reminder, has heated up majorly as this game's gone on. He started with a real sleeper of a performance. And not in the good way. All right, I got to change my usage of sleeper is what I'm learning here. But Raijin going to answer back with the AWP. Might have spotted the barrel flicking around there. Clearly hasn't. Ooh, they're jumping past. Offsets the AWP aim. Result able to capitalize. 3-on-3 here in towards site. Tag already on to X5. And there's the bag. Now the bomb will go down. Full control of the site. The rotations in are late. Belchinok's going to have to wait for Jerry to get active here. And Jerry, so quick into it, he might have even given up the audio cue. Krad may know he's coming his way. He's certainly ready for it, regardless of what happens. And so a lead for Forza to take it to the second half.
That was an absolute slugfest, those overtime rounds. Wow. Just both teams unrelenting, a lot of aggression. Short rounds of that too. As Paravision tried to ramp up the aggression in overtime. Must have been a call from Jerry. Of course, it was successful in the first. But the other two going the way of Forza. Lead into this second half of the first overtime. 16 is the magic number. You should all be used to that. Nothing new there. And given CT side now for Forza, they are in a pole position, prime spot to close this out. First round here will set the tempo. What is the move? Orpa over here. ZNX, bit of a failed boost, but luckily nobody fast up, so can position. Is he going to get a
actually,
duel?
since the first player got past the pixel angle, they may not expect.
He knows he was late. I think he'll just hold back.
They think someone's pushed up for good reason, but CNX still able to get the first and the second. Put them together there with the AWP. Scope making it happen here. Pressure on. Players stuck. Top boxes. Raijin eliminated. This is looking so very good for Forza to find map point. Now it's left to Jerry and Exapower, the two veterans of the squad, the captain and his AWPer, to make something out of nothing. Jerry swinging mid alone down in the dust. Bomb dropped at that. And Exapower, a hopeless situation, an impossible round to ask of him. And he'll at least find Krad. But how do you possibly turn this back?
Sounds mad, but he might just save, given it's that hopeless. There's no point. They've got the money, but this round is over. 25 seconds. Even if he was Usain Bolt, he's not getting that bomb. That is over. 2 map points for Forza after looking down and out early on in the second half of regulation when that T-side was going to pot. 2 chances, and remember, this is the map pick of Paravision.
Very concerning.
They've spooled up so much in this overtime, man. They're a different beast.
It does feel like, I mean, it's weird to say, but it does feel like almost the stamina wore out for Paravision as well, right? Those last 2 rounds, the overly aggressive and not a save. And, well, it's all good if you can make it good here, but a 1-for-1 exchange early. Krad in the driving seat. Finds one, sets up the second. There's the trades. Look at the damage. Fire claims another, and it's all fallen to Belchinok. A 1v2 to keep them alive in this game. To keep Paravision chugging along. Can he do it? He's got 1:20, so he's got all the time in the world to make this happen. They've separated. He's got isolated fights, but first, he has to get past this AWP scope. He's got it! The shot misses, the shot goes wide, and now a chance to punch in the numbers. A chance to make this happen for the young player.
It's time to reposition. He could play anywhere. Planted default. And he's going ramp.
Uh-oh. Backing into this, but Tanir, is he going to clear the close angle? That's the question now. Belchinok is not looking, provided Tanir sees this, and he does indeed. That's going to be the map. No chance to fight for, just blindsided on, and Forza will claim the first in this best of 3.
That was a really impressive overtime for Forza. It was a scrappy game the whole way through, but I really felt they played their best CS by a long shot in overtime. And for a team that probably is lacking their AWPer and Elian, I was impressed by ZNX. He was on the move. He was getting aggressive. Had some good rounds on B. Showed up. Power at times too. Forza is surprisingly functional given what looks like a standing roster right now.
Potentially. I mean, we honestly don't know. This could be the new roster. No one tells us anything, folks. But it is certainly a great showing for them. And I do want to specify again, you know, Tinier, Result, really impressive performances from those young players. Those are two that you're going to be looking on to be the firepower pieces of this roster. And clearly they lived up to that task early on here. We are going to be headed to our second map. That will be Nuke when we come back from this break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Break up, don't speak for a couple of weeks. I'll be in his place, delete calls and says he's sorry. This situation's on repeat, just like a scratch on a CD. It just gets deeper when you hit rewind. How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, that you're holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So what's the to be happy. You know this ain't healthy. Do I make you happy? How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you. What you holding on to? Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left here with you. Said that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue? I'm doing everything he doesn't do, but I'm still not enough. Even your parents don't good for you, but I'm still not enough. You wanna be done with him, you're stuck with him, 'cause you don't have the guts. And after all I've done, I'm still not enough. Still at your place, trying to make it okay. These miles away, I'm left here with you. Said that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue?
Nuke? Nuke? It's time for Nuke, Alan.
It's good fun. Saw it a lot of times in the Jean Japin closed qualifier. And as you said, it's a map that definitely is being altered, so could be seeing some funky Counter-Strike to come.
Ah, they threw the mini smoke! They threw mini smoke first round! All right, cool. Talk about that in a moment. We talked about it in the pregame. Here comes a little bit of fun outside, and it's working beautifully for Forza. Body after body dropping on this outer fight, and it pays dividends. Right, Jin?
Talk to me about the smoke. What is it actually landing on?
spread on Reddit last week. Somebody posted about it. Basically, because of the way smokes now function, where they don't bloom in an orb around wherever they land, but they rather drop, right? Which avoided some of the weird behavior with CS2 smokes. You land the smoke from spawn. It's a pretty easy lineup. You land it on the edge of the mini roof, and then it drops down to just form a nice curtain over mini. So that's just showing the way the new smoke and nade behaviors are just altering the way that we play on a map that has a very established meta like Nuke already. It's very cool to see. That kind of thing, what I love about CS2. Look at this aggression! Flashbangs, deadly, Belchanok in! And he's done so much damage here. He's low. This round might still be recoverable for Forza. That helps a lot. X5 is going to have to do some lifting, and he will do none of it. They know where Belchanok was. They've got the bomb. They know he has to be going heaven if he's going to threaten them. But he can't risk going into heaven as well, because you see, there's still an HE on Krad. Obviously, he doesn't know that. But he's so low, it would have done him in. So he's thinking, good call, Belchanok. High-fiving himself for not going for that one. Still, the mini wrap is not exactly going to be easy. One bullet does him in. Better be hoping they whiff. And they will not whiff.
Wow. What a round. So aggressive. And credit to Krad and Shalfie for turning it back. That looked so bad when the bomb was dropped in lobby. But Shalfie did very well. Clean stuff too in that afterplant. Very methodical. 2-on-1 for Forza. No gaps. And whilst it was a good attempt from Parry Vision, no bueno. No money snapped. Another eco's come for them. Of course, a few kills, so definitely incentivized. Pump a bit of cash into this one. And check out this round from Forza. So fast. First kill for Raijin. Trades are good, though. And crisis averted.
Crisis averted indeed. That's a very fortunate break for Forza. I mean, that is exactly the play that you were hoping was going to happen if you parry vision. But they can't capitalize. Didn't have much firepower in this round. Didn't deploy what they had effectively. So, it will be Forza almost certainly on to 3, unless Belchanok's got some magic to show us.
I tell you what, my heart was still in my mouth when that first kill came in. That looked scary. We know how potent the pistols are. It was a 4-man stack on A for a parry vision. Very quickly could have gone south, and credit to those entries, Tinir and Krad, for cleaning up shop.
Yeah. Big moves as well, getting the kills with the SMGs. It's going to be some extra money in their pocketbooks going forward as they look to build up the early bank. Curious to see if they keep both MAC-10s into this one. If they do, that should tell us fast play coming through again. But we could easily see at least 1, if not 2 upgrades here.
There's 2 players without head armor on that defense. Of course, we get the presence of that oversight. Looks like Tin is going to keep that MAC-10.
Don't mind that. It's so powerful right now.
Yeah, it's just
especially
even
online.
You know, even if you're not getting kills with it, the amount of space you create, the amount of, you know, that first player is so fast, it makes the trading guy so easy. Because it's just a nightmare to fragging.
Oh, they don't know players out red already. Belchanok's not behaving as if he knows Krad's here. Krad's slowing up, but if he had gone for that swing, I think Belchanok was dead man. At this point, he's been able to reset. And the AWP in Exapower's hands is coming into secret, so this engagement's going to get a little interesting. Forza are holding for the secret push. Here it comes. Smokes up. Surely he peeks now. Exapower gonna nail the first, but can he get away? He can indeed. Good read. Good response. He's out of there. Tinir, though. There we go. That MAC-10 having some impact here. They're already into hell. Oh, Raijin did not get the comms that they could be there this fast. Didn't have the timing. Very fortunate on that turn that he gets the kill, but again, he is dropped. And now they've got some choices about where they actually want to go do Forza. They know there was a player secret. Could be down ramp. Don't believe they have any information on the A site, but they're going to probe it. And Shalfie's going to find contact. Smoke up. Forces X5 into the brawl. He gets 1. The second not there, though. And so the bomb can make its way to be planted. They know Jerry was sectioned off by smoke. They know X was the lower. So the bomb's going to go down.
This is so good with the player in heaven. Shalfie just needs information. Rizal can win this pretty handedly. Good plant for him too. And nobody's peeking. It's slow stuff from Parivision. They need to get a move on. Jerry's coming from Squeaky, X-Power post, and that's
it.
Brutal from Shalfie. And now, even with that frag player up in heaven, Jerry needs a miracle to win this.
No kid, even on the stick. No, he's got it. Does he have time? He does. Oh no, Rezal didn't need to commit to that fight, but the threat of the smoke made him panic a bit, and Jerry bailing his team out as he did so many times on Mirage.
From the jaws of defeat. I said it, the player up in heaven is so strong. So strong. Massive one-on-one advantage with a player up there. Jerry, though, did a lot of work to win that. Even so, Forza have not... You know, they can't let that get too into their minds. Got a bit of a player dropping out. Hopefully we're not here too long. Because they got a lot of money. Parivision only live with one player at the end of the day, guys. It is not an ideal situation for them by any means. So when these players get back in a bit of a pause here as well to talk of Forza. It might not be too bad either. I think they got away with that round. That was scary stuff. When Forza had all that out of control, it was so difficult for Parivision to play. They couldn't even push into Squeaky because players were coming from main so early. They got away with that round. And we said that quite a lot this series, let's be honest.
Yeah, very true. And
the
of course,
MO
as well,
of them at the moment.
How
do they keep getting away with this?
Well, bailing. Well, but look at the long game. Bailing out of one round with one player surviving.
Yeah.
Your opponent's going to invest immediately back in.
And their T side, so they can just keep buying.
Yeah.
They've already got a good round haul. It's not ideal. Not ideal. What do you make of the new guns then? I think Tin Air looks explosive to me.
I'm liking him so far.
I have to assume ZNX isn't actually an AWPer.
I'm not sure.
We've got a bit of a gap here. We might as well look into his HLTV stats.
We can dive in. He on HLTV he's Stinix. So I'm not really sure which way we're supposed to be saying this, but I'm sure someone will inform us at some point. Let's see. Lifetime, no, definitely not an AWPer. At least in his games represented on HLTV, he's actually only 2.3% AWP rate, which is very low. Let's see his previous teams. Envision, who I've never heard of. Seems like, unfortunately, we might have a little bit of extra time here, folks, while we get an issue resolved. So while we look up Stinix's AWP stats, we'll send it to a quick break and be right back with you.
break up, don't speak for a couple of weeks. I'll be in his place till he calls and says he's sorry. This situation's on repeat, just like a scratch on a CD. It just gets deeper when you hit rewind.
We are back, and we have confirmed, I believe, that CNX or Stinix or Zinix or whatever his name is, not typically an opera, but he's been doing all right with the gun, Alan.
Yeah. Well, he has to have an impact on this half, that is for sure. Super slow opening from Forza.
I'm honestly a little surprised, based on what we saw in Mirage, that Forza are getting the op on T side. They didn't really touch the gun until the second half.
I don't think you need it on this map, especially do you, because why not have the versatility of those rifles? That's how they won the T side, especially in overtime on Mirage, was blatant aggression. It was pace, it was fast reactions.
Belchnok's pushed up in secret here.
Molotov,
does it cover him or is it deeper in? Doesn't cover him. Belchnok's got an opportunity here. I don't think they're checking this. Shalfie. Oh, never mind. Presence of mind there from Shalfie. He's been having a ripper of a start to this map. And it continues with a head ripper of a shot.
This could be a save, you know. Nobody's moving. Nobody's moving for parry vision. They were fully kind of gambled on. It's not even gambled. They were just relying on Belchnok to buy time, grab information, and of course none of that happened when the lead came out of Shalfie's gun. These guys, we saw a little bit of this on Mirage. They do stick around sometimes a little bit too long. It is a kill, but this is a tough retake if Forza don't present themselves.
Is that kill enough to coax them back in? On the smoke fade, ZNX is posted up. Krad's close at hand. Oh no, ZNX, why does he come off? He had the right idea. He had the right idea. Maybe the inexperience of the big green showing. It's a 2-on-2 now in the post plant. Make that just Shalfie in the clutch. We heap the praise on him. Got 2 kills in this already. They line up! And Shalfie going to the sidearm. No! Tries to force the issue. Can't get it done. What an effort there from Shalfie. What a round from him right up until the last few bullets.
We saw a couple of those on Mirage.
Oh,
the
I don't
BM.
know about that X5.
Whoa. Get hot under the collar now. Okay.
I don't know. Was you almost lost that 1v2 X5. I don't know.
I know.
I don't know about that one. It was
Celebrating
not
the
impressive
almost
fight on your
disaster
part.
after plant. That's what that was in the end. Wow. Okay, it is another buy from Forza. I think it's the right decision. ZNX, he hasn't bought any nades. Is he going in first? Is this fast?
Okay, Tinner's already in. The trade is there, though. XM. Get needs to. The last play through. Little brutal X power shotgun opping. It's all into Krad now. Lots of time to spin this one out. We saw him recover some tough situations on Mirage. It could be done here once more.
This is a massive 1v2. Money's on the brink for parry vision. Their loss bonus has dropped all the way down, having won a couple rounds on the trot. If Krad can win this, this half suddenly becomes fantastic for Forza.
Belchnok got the angle. The deep angle as well on it. Oh no, the timing! The timing, but he'll get away with it. That... You gotta be breathing a sigh of relief if you're Belchnok right now. That could have been disaster.
Are they going in again? Really? Without a plant?
Seems like it.
I back the other buys, Mike, but this is...
This one's too far?
Proof will be in the pudding, but this is wild.
If they win it, though, the money still tenuous. Only 2 players survived the last. They know how close this has been, and there we go. Lightning fast play. Do they know Jerry's here? No, they don't. And Belchanaut coming through the mini smoke. This one's shut down. It looked good for a moment. But Forza lost track. Didn't have the discipline. Don't know what everybody was looking at, but they weren't looking the right ways. In the right times. Don't gotta fight this, Raijin. You need to keep bodies alive, Raijin. I like the placement of the sticker on that tech. We won't get to see it again. Just a little flame sticker on the butt of the Tech 9.
Forza haven't had a full buy in ages. Just keep buying.
That's true. Certainly they can't here. No bomb
I backed the others. They could have broken the money. The buy themselves is pretty good. But this is what happens when you take it too far. Now they have to swallow their pride a little bit. Best case scenario is pistol armor on a few of these guys.
I mean, yeah, you could still get a techie armor round for a lot of them. Deagles. They're going to prioritize the Deagles over the techs. Only Tinner picking up what I think is currently the superior pistol. Ooh, he's spotted, but Xenex is down. If he wants to be. This is really interesting now. I think Xenex is aware that he's been seen. So they're going to have to pay some mind to this, but no one's dropped lower, so they're not too worried about it just yet.
You can sometimes be very calm about this because you know the bomb has to get there somehow. As long as you're holding the wrap back through ramp. Shouldn't be too scared.
Reinforcements in ramp. This is insane. 3 players are here right now. And Krad just don't care. Krad does not care at all. Belchanaut's now got to hold the line, and he's overwhelmed.
What?
So advantage found for the pistols. Forza making this happen now. Would love to get that bomb down. Tinner spotted a player. He's sticking around the fight. Could be problem here. Tinner now realizes, uh-oh, might have misplayed that one. Molotov gonna be there, needs to chase. Can he get the plant off? That's the question. No, hasn't chosen to prioritize the plant, so now he needs Xenex, who's gone walkabout. Not enough bullets in the gun. Yike. This one got so close. But now it feels like it's falling apart, coming apart at the seams, and Xenex, instead of just joining his teammates up lower, wanted to go for the cheeky play all the way around. Can't blame him. He's got a Glock. You gotta find some way to maximize that, Alan, but oh, that falls apart for Forza.
You can look at it the other way. Why didn't the other player that dropped down lower try and link up through Secret or even end A? You could have ended A. You definitely were pulling everybody, and then they'd come back in through heaven, and maybe that Glock could have got, you know, in and amongst the reeds, done some damage. There were options there for Forza. It was an eco, so they still did amazing damage. It was a great attempt, but there was a chance there. There was a chance there to really do damage to Parry Vision. Even so, money's low. Pauses in. Quick discussion. First full buy round for a long time. You can imagine it's pretty hard to call at the moment with all those weird buys, but finally got all the bells and whistles. Again, T-side AWPing, man. They've clearly got conviction on this. It must be part of their defaults or something, because I've got to be honest, based on what I've seen so far on this T-side, 5 rifles is better for them. Have that versatility.
Oh, what on earth is this? The walk through the smoke outside Mini, and somehow Xenex doesn't actually land that shot. Must have been movement on him to miss that. But Exapower gets the leg. I mean, he was reading the play. I don't know how Exapower gets away with this one. I do not know. That's got to be frustrating for Xenex. Should have been an opener, served on a silver platter. Instead, he's versed for the wear, and in a round where they don't have a lot to work with, this one could be tough. Smoke's gonna be down outside. This will allow Crowd to maneuver. These are the mouse smokes. Oh, and Krad's duel with Raijin. This could be the round, and Krad's won it. This opens so much more up. He wants to bring it back up top as a result, which means he's going to be hunting Belchanaut. Belchnok in towards credit card. Kratz just slipped by him. This gets real weird now, Alan. Belchnok's aware of the possibility, but who's got the shot? It's Belchnok. And meanwhile, Forza's done nothing with the distraction that was provided them.
It's not so good either, because even though killing a player in secret, nobody dropped lower for parry vision. They seem to be intent, and nobody's down. And they still got 2A, they got a player close by. It's practically 3A. This is not an easy take by any stretch of the imagination.
No one's checking top hut. The trade is there, at least, but Jerry's gonna make a play. Jerry, he's got one. The second as well. It all falls to ZNX. 10 seconds. He's just not got the time even for this plant, I don't believe. 7, 6, 5, 4. Just enough. Just enough. Bomb's going to go down, but he's dead certainly right off of it. Still money gained. Averts the worst possible disaster.
These rounds are getting a little bit weird from Forza. I don't know. I mean... It seems, with some certainty, I think Elian should be here and Crad not in an ideal world. They're surely going to mess with your protocols, with the strategies you can run. I imagine they went through a few things with Crad, but T-side Nuke is hard to call if you're not all on exactly the same page and you can't run your playbook. And we saw there so much util kind of going to waste. Yeah, but even with the entry, couldn't get it done. Even so, bomb plant is there. The money is... I'm going to keep saying it. The money's not great for parry vision, so Forza can just win around. Still scope for this D-side to look good.
Big kill for Belchnok early.
Oh, he gets out as well for free. So good.
I'm playing well outside here. That's a nice answer, though. Oh, now down. Heaven Presence gone. This opens up so much. Puts pressure onto the ramp player. You can see Jerry's trying to get active now in mini to find something back. Raijin's focused up. That allows Result out if he wants it, and now he's taking the space. Problem is the bomb's left outside, but Shalfi's just gonna kill everybody. In the meantime, why not? It all falls to Belchnok, and they know where he is. ZNX, you can't die here in a 1v1. Creeping around Belchnok's focus, snapped around, and so the kill is going to be free. I'll be honest, still don't like the way they finished that round, but the openers are good enough to give them the close.
It's that kill onto the Exi power up in Heaven that completely busted open the map, and I know it might have looked a little bit silly with, you know, Jerry and his teammate pushing out a mini, but I actually don't hate it. They were so down on info. There could have been players wrapping outside, as you said. That player, was it Raijin in ramp? He was completely sandwiched. He couldn't move. So granted, Paravision might have played themselves into that position, but I'm not going to fault the aggression. Probably was their best bet from where they were. And what have we got here? Ooh, this is
X5 with
spicy.
the XM. And never even pulls the trigger.
We've seen this so much, haven't we? The shotguns are really hard to use because you just can't get off that first bullet nearly as fast as you could have.
You have to be the one swinging. If you're the one swinging, they're really potent. But as with everything in CS2 right now, if you are not the initiator of the engagement, you are at a massive disadvantage. As we see right there, Jerry deleted. Flashbang even to make his life worse, but this is going to be the bomb planted, and this should be a save for Paravision.
Where's the teammates?
Not here.
Yeah, they're just completely elsewhere. Jerry all on his lonesome, even after losing his teammate. That was never going to go well if Forza ended A. And after a bit of a drought, let's call it that, in the middle of this half, Forza right back at it. Still is a CG-sided map. 5 is going to be in the bank. And the buy probably will be 5 rifles, but FAMASs aren't great. Lack of head armor, probably not full nades. Just a couple players. Looking good. Looking good. Shalfi's had a good day at Counter-Strike. Result 2. Shalfi for me is... I didn't get any in this round, but... that boy is getting some impact frags, and then some on some of these rounds.
Absolutely, with the openers. Fortunately for Paravision, all 3 players do survive, so they got a little bit of firepower, at least into the final round of the half. But this gap has closed, and Forza, I mean, coming off of the T side, it's like you get a 6-6 here. A bit of a coup. Tough to read. CT side in general seems to be pretty disadvantaged across the board in CS2 so far. But our traditional Nuke brains would still tell us the defense is supposed to have some sort of an edge.
Very aggressive. Look at this. Free out to Jerry and Garage. Belchonok up close, below the silo. And XPower has to fight. Molly's going to force him wide. He is a lucky boy that player top silo didn't peek earlier. Stays alive for now. Crad gets his jewel. Belchonok, though, is stuck. Surely he gets traded. Makes it free. That is savage.
They'll just take the same fight. They say take the same angle on him. Result, it's all on you. And you're never going to have expected the second player ramp. If X5 just pushes, it could be over. But he'll wait. They'll draw the trap ever closer. Still a 4v1. XPower's pushed in with the AWP of all things, but it's Belchonok to put him down. 4th kill of the round, and a halftime break on deck. We are back live into the fun here. Belchonok went on a tear at the tail end of the half to secure Perry Vision. A substantial lead. Let's see if they can close and take us to a third map in this series. Make things interesting here, Alan. And Belchonok again looking to open things.
Has he not seen the head?
He spotted Tinner. Now he has. Took him a minute. But it's Crad who strikes first. Out of secret, I believe that was. No, ZNX is the player in secret, who will also strike next. And there we go. Minimap lost me for a moment, but we're back into the fun, and it seems like we're going to get an A take.
Result is alone. That's the good news. But now Shalfie's back up in heaven result playing Mustang above Hut. This is really hard clear, but granted it can be hard to hit the first shot if your results. Here those players come. Tin is nearby. Shot is hit in the end. Trade is not there. Result, that is assassination. That second kill. And a much needed pistol round for Forza. Within one now. No bomb plant either for Parry Vision. Looking good.
Looking good indeed.
Map to the good, of course. This is the map pick of Forza. Forza Mirage. We strongly suspect Forza are using Crad instead of Elian. We're not sure for the reason of that, but probably not planned, given it's the AWPer that's missing. So, this would be a huge deal, Mike, especially with the format we have here in the EU, to not actually go down to the lower bracket when using a stand-in. That is a huge boon.
Big coup. If they can do it. X5. Dancing with death here on the headshot angle. He's actually won the duel. Not killed him just yet, but good damage considering he's got, what, a Glock? Okay, P250 at least makes that a little bit more acceptable, but is Xenax going to get overwhelmed? This is looking bad now for Forza, but quickly answered because Tinier just kills everybody with an MP9. Why not?
So just to clarify, I did forget, Mike, we have a new format.
We do have a new format.
We do have a new format.
I was just thinking that too.
Yeah,
like,
it's just how many seasons have we had now?
In the last year?
Yeah, we've had so many of the massive double in bracket that I was on autopilot. It is a group stage, 4 groups. Parry Vision and Forza both at the moment 1-1. So whoever wins this is sitting pretty good for a playoff spot.
Yes. Yeah, they keep shifting this format around. They've announced new changes into next year. I think the European format's going to stay the same, but the NA format is shifting. Specifically, BO2s are coming in, apparently. I haven't read all the changes yet, but it's some interesting ideas. Interesting death for Jerry there. Looking good for Forza now. Shalfie getting back onto his impact fragging ways.
This is so bad, and that... I know you want to do something, XE Power, but you needed that smoke, brother. You haven't got anything else left now. AWPer holding ramp. Flashy has to be perfect. And also, Ryden's just going to peek. ZNX connects, and this round has crumbled and then some. They at least need a bomb plant. And even that looks like an impossibility at the moment.
It does. Look at the flank coming around from Crowd as well. Just a matter of time for Exapower. Manages to slip around the wall in towards Hut at least. So maybe that's a little bit of a surprise. Crowd certainly aware of the possibility will be deleted. Gives the information.
I wish Forza would stop moving around so much.
40 seconds. They are shifting a lot. We criticize them for being stagnant on Mirage.
Yeah, it's a 5-on-2 though, isn't it? This one. Hold station.
A little bit needed.
Shalfie's alone. He's on 38 HP. He's playing solo A. If somehow X-Power can get a fight, pull rotations, that could look very different.
Oh, that's the read, though. They figure they're trying to link up lower. Now it's all onto X5, who may just be able to squeeze this bomb plane off. He does indeed, but the pinch in here now. He should be a dead man, and indeed, he will be.
So all in all, not a bad round from Forza. Certainly could have denied the bomb plant if we weren't playing Ring a Rosie so much. But even so, money's in the bank. Parry Vision now have a tough decision. I think they should half buy. You can't break the Forza money. What is the move? Tech 9 out on Raijin. That's what it looks like. Pistols. Pistol armor. Nades bought early, so maybe a plan 2. What is the call, Jerry? He is known for some funky rounds, this guy, in the past. Always has a round or two up his sleeve. What have you got for us, Jerry? Show us something.
That's gotta feel bad if you're Jerry. I guess it wasn't a headshot. That's how you console yourself. Little bit of initial tag up damage. Nothing substantial just yet. Seems like we're going to get one salvo of utility out here. Potentially out the door. Spam not connecting. And poor result just blinded up. Dropped on down. The exchanges aren't awful. Now you've got 2 players. One of whom doesn't even have armor to try and bring through this round. Belchnok for a moment there looked like he might have had purchase in towards the B site, but hesitation will actually wind up working out. Krad comes off of it.
Krad has so much to cover. He's the only player that can spot outer. He's the only player that can spot ramp by virtue of Shalfie and Zed and X being so committed to their positions. There's a window here for parry vision. And Belchnok has to get something done to break that glass, rip that window open.
Oh, he's made. What does that set up exit power on? Now he comes back up top. Krad's now going to be totally focused in. Oh, the peek around. He's got the kill. That's the bomb confirmed. Exit power's not in any position to do anything about this. Might get the kill on Shelfie. Should get the kill on Shelfie. I'll go so far as to say that. Just going to knife him. Okay, this could get cheeky. There's not a lot of time. 15 seconds. Gotta go. Bomb found. Uh-oh. Oh, this is getting weird. Bomb's gonna be forced down on the plant. Krad's coming to hunt it, but there's time enough. That's some money gained. Exit power, daylight robbery here. Can he get any more? No. That would be too much to ask, but Alan, that's something out of nothing for exit power.
3 kills and a bomb plant. It's not a bad day in the office on a half buy. Not a bad day in the office. That will help limit the money a bit. At least Forza had some bank build up, so I don't think we're quite in double eco territory if they lose this round. But that is damage they didn't need. Either way, guns are out. Parry vision, first buy round of this second half, at least first in a while. More T-side AWPing. I don't buy it, Mike. I really think this is going through the motions. It is muscle memory buying this. I'm not seeing the value just yet of this T-side AWP. It's so hard to get it into position. Even in the after plants, it's not what it used to be. Well, let's see what X-Power has planned. Maybe he's some practicing.
He's playing with it outside initially. On top of the silo. But it's X5 who gets things started. That was just over the hut smoke, I think. Not even sure what his vision looked like. Oh, the pop of the smoke. That's big, but Belchnok takes advantage. The trade is there still. Tinea looks like he might want to make a play through. Doesn't spot the player getting into secret.
I don't think he expects Raijin. I don't think he expects him through.
He thinks it's clear. He's calling that it's clear, and now he's punished as a result of that. It's going to have to be ZNX, who goes 1 for 1. So not going to happen. All on to Krad. Bomb being planted. Is their money good enough that he doesn't have to save? No, it's really not. Needs to get this gun out of the round.
Really?
No. Surely not. All right, Krad, show us what you got. They're running out of time.
I guess the
Apparently,
one thing is, Mike, do you remember with the bomb explosion radius,
you got to get away.
There is value in just applying that little bit more pressure, at least putting the doubt in the mind they can still be on site. Does lose the gun. I somewhat see the logic, but maybe still would have been better off just getting out of there.
The problem is it's one of these half in, half out situations, right? He never goes over the lip, so he doesn't really hold them on sight, and then he never commits to the save, so he never really gets off the angle. Is one more kill there against a T side really going to make the difference? They're fortunate that they have the buy, but there are limitations. Look at this. A kit needs to be purchased by Tinier, but he's not going to do so. So they've got no kit in this round. They've got no head armor. That shouldn't matter. They're limited on some utility. As well.
Big oversight.
Tinier's going to get aggressive. I can understand why he didn't want a kit if he was going to do this. Down in the shadow of the schmallow he is. And he's going to... Oh, no, it's actually the op of ZNX, so he doesn't reveal his position. This is huge. Kill onto Belchanok. First body found. Exopower's up top here, but this is going to freeze him up. Looking for his counterpart. The other side and finding it. Flashbang not nearly enough to get ZNX past the angle. Do they clear him? Do they clear him, Alan?
He's got a shadow advantage.
Everything.
But as we know, it's CS2. Peekers go wide. It's very hard to win this fight as a CT. And Raijin clears. Man advantage for them. There is information for Forza, but yet to make a significant move. Ramp hasn't pushed. They're not getting into lobby. I think they're committing A, Mike. If this bomb goes lower and Paravision start making noise and closing onto that B bomb site, it might have to be a save call because these guys are way out of position.
I mean, I also think they only saw Raijin because he just deleted him on that initial peak, right? So the bomb wasn't spotted, the extra presence wasn't spotted. It wasn't a lot of information to operate off of. Now they're in lower, now you're locked out. Aye, tough situation for Forza, but this has to be the plug pulled. That kill should just allow them to save. 3-on-3 though. Krad's already back in spawn.
It's no kit though, isn't it? He does not want to
get caught again.
The kit is a big deal. They had it. They might have considered this retake, but I think this is the right decision. What's their loss bonus going to be? Have they got enough to drop a rifle on a couple guys?
I think
be
it's
close.
1900? It's either 19 or 24, right?
I think it's 24. Could be 19.
No. Yeah, it's just 1900. This is just their second round loss in a row.
Move then. Shalfie could drop a FAMAS. And then Tinir FAMAS is himself or MP9s. Let's have a look. It's a really tough call.
I think
they should pause for sure.
Hear me out. Shalfie drops a P250, ZNX buys himself armor, Tinir buys armor on a 5.7, and you just keep the money healthy going forward.
Very viable approach. Very viable.
That's what they're doing. That's why I'm a genius. Counter-Strike teams, you want a coach? You know, come get this guy. Undefeated Counter-Strike 2 coach, Alan.
Quite a lot of people are at the moment.
Well, I've actually coached a game on LAN in Counter-Strike 2.
Pre-release. Doesn't count.
Pre-release, and it was a tie. And a show match. But you know what? Undefeated coach.
But it still goes on the CV, of course.
It goes on the CV. Putting it in there. Undefeated show match coach. I actually should put that on my CV.
Well, we know you're writing one, so why not?
Yeah. Strange situation. First esports resume I'm going to have written.
I had to do one the other day, so... The new norm, bro. The new norm.
New norm.
We're professionalizing. Or something like that.
You know what? They're going to try and make me update my LinkedIn. But that I refuse to do. Never. Oh, there's the kill. Comes in from Belchanok outside. He's done such a good job on both sides of this map, working the outside. But here we go. All right, the Deagle connecting. Oh, and the 5.7. Who needs guns? Pistols are where it's at, baby. And it's working out beautifully right now, all onto Exopower. The op, not what you'd favor in this situation, and peeking in Reza will have him dead to rights. A coup of a round for Forza. They elected to go the conservative route, and it paid dividends.
Disaster for Paravision, just as they're getting traction on the rifles, just as they're starting to get their hands around this map and start thinking about overpass. They drop the ball. They had a man advantage too, and they split A into so many players. And they just kept going, even after the result got the first kill on the AWP. They just kept going. They went for a smoke, I think, as well on Squeaky. That was a mess and then some. And they have paid a heavy price. Outer aggression, fast round. Exopower wants to peek behind this Molotov. Nobody presented for the moment. Shalfie could walk into this angle. Oh, he's playing a dangerous game. He does get one before getting traded. And with the info, I don't think that's so bad. Because now he can tell his teammates, more players outer. Check that. Be cautious.
That's going to freeze up ZNX with the AWP, right? He doesn't want to go for the peak, knowing that they could be coming down his way.
Yeah, I think he could walk back into it if they get any eyes on where Exopower is. Any info? It's still good for ZNX, I think, to walk back up into this at some point. But he is static for now.
We'll see if he does. Ramp's totally open right now.
Why doesn't
This
Crad
is a tough
flash
spot.
over Secret or something? They can't commit to fighting Secret without info.
Smoke, that's going to be timely. They're going to come through it. They're going to come through it. They're just trying to walk it. Oh, no. Disastrous. First player spotted. I don't know if Tanier saw the second, but he's got to be wondering. That could be the round. They don't realize X5's gotten out, but now they've spotted him. And so they'll have him on the duel. That drops the bomb as well. Catastrophe on here for Perivision. Again, this has come unraveled. Extra Power's in lobby. Belchanok outside. They've only got 20 seconds to try and make something of this.
It's got to be. And
this stings so much.
This is a bad save as well, isn't it? Because the best you can do is drop an AK off Exi Power. He has no nades. And surely Paravision's loss bonus is not in a good place. This is bad news. This is very bad news for the Jerry squad.
It's reminding me of Mirage, where they did so much work for so long, and then some interesting decisions, some stall-out rounds where they felt like they ran out of steam, and it all just unravels right at the tail end. And because it did on Mirage, now you're in a situation where if you give it up here, that's going to be series point for Forza.
Do you want to know what they look like, Mike? They look like a team that's 25 days old. They look like a team that...
True.
When they have their rounds, when they can run their rounds properly, when Jerry has made some great mid-round calls in this series. When they look good, they do look good. They have some good players. Belchanok, Raijin, good riflers. Jerry has his moments, but there are gaps in their play. And this is Counter-Strike, baby. You have to learn the hard way. There is no substitute for losing games, getting punished, getting humbled. And that's what's happening right now, because Forza, they're not even playing with their full lineup. This is brutal.
Smoke wall outside. It's the deeper smoke wall as well, so they can scoop this a bit. And actually the pop from the CT side confirms Shelfie gets a kill, and he spots others as well. That's ambitious.
Why? Why would you do that?
Information. You have the man advantage. You said, you know what they won't expect? We do it again. And now the smokes have faded, so indeed they won't expect that, but the trade is there. 2 for 2 on the outer yard. And no one in position to deal with this lower play.
Nobody's going down. They got a lobby clear from Crad, from Radio.
This is kind of an interesting read.
What is happening in this round, bro?
That's the bomb. Perivision have never actually gone down when they've gotten lower, right? They've had this a couple times where they get some control outside and they just continue to work the outside spacing, and Forza called their bluff this time.
He might get a plant. ZX is coming down.
No, maybe not. CNX is on the angle. Smoke to allow him this. Oh, not pulling the trigger just yet. Oh, he wants the kill. They're going to try a shot. It's not going to land. Plant at least gives him a chance to fight, but it's never going to happen for him. In the post, they play together. And map point, 3 of them to be exact, now found for Forza. The money, it's going to be there with that plant, but Perivision, they've got no more margin for error.
This is tough. This is tough. 3 on the trot required for Perivision. There's at least 1 more buy in the tank from Forza. Maybe buying throughout all of regulation from here with some saves. This is a tall order. X5 takes a P90. He has a good spawn, Mike. What is the plan? Are we about to rush somewhere?
Let's get weird. Apparently not. If they were, they're not doing it.
Maybe they're going to pop in her and he's in first. I still don't see why you buy this unless you're getting aggressive.
They're definitely popping it at this point. It's got to be, right? And he's dead immediately, so we'll never know. Didn't even pull the trigger on it. Second player goes down. This is looking like it could be over and done with. Extra Power just trying to walk out, never expecting Tanier to be here. It's all on Belchanok. It could not have gone worse in this round. Forza will topple Perivision. The 2-0 claimed, victory on deck. And they came out the better in the Battle of the X's, showing Jerry what he's missing.
They had their moments, Paravision. I think I said it on the cast. It just feels like a project that's too in its infancy. Forza, on the meanwhile, it was scrappy Counter-Strike. It was wild, but they made it work. I thought Shalfie played brilliantly today. Tinir had an excellent game for someone we frankly don't know a lot about. So, the individuals on Forza are working. Maybe with a full lineup, they look even more secure and have less holes in their game too. So I don't think Forza should be disappointed. And I think for Parivision, they're going to learn a lot from this series, but for a lot of the wrong reasons.
Certainly, but I do think that the flip side is, again, as good as it is for Forza, I think that if you're Parivision, if you're a Parivision fan, rather, there is a reason to pump the brakes and just say, okay, this is the process. We've seen it before with Jerry teams. They could take a while to blossom. This is a fully new project. This is fully new assembled. It's 25 days they've been competing with each other. So, definitely still some room for growth, and we'll just keep tabs on it. There were enough good pieces there that we saw that we're happy that you can look to the future and say there is something here to maybe continue to monitor. Belchadok in particular had some really big rounds. I think that's a player that you want to keep an eye on. But that is going to wrap up our broadcast here, Alan. It's been a nice, quick show today. Shout outs to MR12 for rapidly speeding up our broadcast times. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow and as well tonight for North America. So see you then. Good night, y'all.
break up, don't speak for a couple of weeks. I'll be in his place, delete calls. calls and says he's sorry. This situation's on repeat, just like a scratch on a CD. It just gets deeper when you hit rewind. How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, that you're holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left here with you. Say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue? I'm feeling kinda used, yeah, like a drug that you take when you're sick of crying all your tears away. Is that all I am? All I want is for you to be happy. You know this ain't healthy. Do I make you happy? How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision. You know he don't love you, what you holding on to. Scream through the phone even though he won't listen. So I'm still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left here with you. Say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue? I'm doing everything he doesn't do, but I'm still not enough. Even your parents know I'm good for you, but I'm still not enough. You wanna be done with him, you're stuck with him, 'cause you don't have the guts. And after all I've done, I'm still not enough. Still at your place, trying to make it okay. He's miles away, I'm left here with you. Say that you just need someone caring for you. When will you see me more than you rescue?